What is up, you guys? It's your boy Roman. Today we're checking out Markiplier, and it's got turn around and run to Uncle who works for Nintendo. So without further ado, let's check it out. Here we
My
go.
name is Markiplier, and welcome to the Uncle Who. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to the Uncle Who works for Nintendo. Now, this horror game is going
Okay,
to be
guys. So
way
I'm uploading
different than
very
anything that you've
late.
seen on
Of
this
course,
channel
it
before,
is
because
late by
this
the way.
one
So I'm
is
uploading very
an
late.
interactive horror game. Well, I guess most horror games are interactive, but this one actually has a choose-your-own-adventure style, narrative-driven horror game. And if that may seem weird, it might be. I don't know how it's going to go, but it says there are tons of jump scares, which could be good or bad. You're 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? None of these people. I don't know if this matters, but I'm going to go with Dave. Your best friend Dave has invited you to a sleepover at his house this weekend. Yippee! You've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. You sometimes feel like staying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. Oh! Oh, that's sweet and sad. Oh, he's trying to help out your mom. Oh, cool.
Okay,
On Friday night,
cool,
you're home
that's-
for only
you're
a few
helping your
hours,
mom,
long enough
which
to
is
pack, get in a
cool, you're
fight with
helping
your
your
younger
mom.
sister, pack
You're
some more,
helping
and
your
watch
mom,
some
that's cool.
TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Dave's house while your mom idles in the car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says, as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Oh, okay, Mom. Go. Aw, Mom works the night shift. Aw. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says, again as usual. But then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful. It's probably gonna rain. Well, I'm not gonna give my mom a kiss right in front of Dave. I can't embarrass myself like that. I'm a young boy. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Dave's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Dave waving at you from his bedroom on the second floor. He would have seen. He would have seen that, and he would have made fun of me. I can't have none of that. Oh. It is 6 p.m. I haven't played a choose-your-own-adventure game like this. I mean, I've played games like this before, and the details are very important in these types of games, so you have to pay attention to the dialogue very closely. Dave's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Dave are camping out there tonight. Cool! Thanks, Dave's mom. Oh, you're the coolest. Way cooler than my mom.
I'm very excited.
You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch is grandfather clock ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the walls. Over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Dave's dad shot years ago. And of course, there's the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Dave's house is than yours. Oh man, I'm an ungrateful brat kid. Oh, your mom's trying. My mom's trying. Dave entered the room while you weren't paying attention, and he now stands in the doorway smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner, he asks. Sure. Yeah, heck yeah! I haven't had dinner in days. Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Dave's favorite meals, as his mother points out while piling a helping on your plate. Dave's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Dave are getting into at school. Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That's a glass of lemonade. Why would you even think it was beer? Dave's father doesn't drink alcohol. You're quite certain of that fact now that you remember it. Well, whatever. Dave's father's... Oh. This is what I meant by paying attention to the details, because that changed the story just a little bit. I think that's like a tutorial introduction to, if you pay attention, it's going to do different things. Okay, the grandfather clock chimes in the den. You go along now, says Dave's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Dave. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Dave's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite the full-size bed. We'll take down the 64 first, says Dave, heading towards the TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. It's his prerogative, of course. He gets to choose what you play first, usually. But as Dave begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch sight of other things he has in there. All the major stuff. An old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but some other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights, a small purple one, a strange white and yellow tower that looks like gloves resting on hooks. On the other side, a compact white cone. What are those?
What are those?
Dave looks to the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, they're pretty cool. I can't show them to you though. They're still secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember his uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner of the... Oh, it's Vigi Games. It didn't sound good. The grandfather clock is ticking. It's 7 p.m. Framed pictures. You walk around the perimeter of the den inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Dave cradled lovingly between his mother and father, or any of the three on their own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Dave's uncle. Very important. You don't find any, not one. The only pictures here are of Dave and his parents. You don't know why, but that makes you feel uneasy. Time passes. Oh, cool. Okay. Why do I need to think about Dave's uncle? Why is that an option? I'm gonna go, that's just so weird. It began with Mew. Did it? You didn't believe him at first, but when Dave came to school one day and told you he'd finally caught Mew, prove it, you said, so he pulled out his Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew, the 151st Pokemon, available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked on Dave's game. It's really strong. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Dave demonstrated this claim at recess when you and some of the other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got a single hit on Dave's Mew. In a few days, everyone had quit playing Pokemon at resource. The allure had faded. You asked how I managed to get it. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, said Dave. You were walking home together, passing one of the construction
that looks,
there had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over the town, building had collapsed. You were standing at the intersection with Dave as a truck
I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to
tree
fucking
trunks.
say.
What a bad
I really
storm.
don't know what the
Dave still
fucking say.
lived next door
I
to you
really
at the
don't know. I
time.
really don't know what
Wait,
the
this
fucking
couldn't have
say.
been too long ago. When did Dave move?
I really don't
There
know
was
what the
something nice
fucking
about
say.
being neighbors. Man, your
I really don't know
memory
what
is
the
really
fucking say. I
foggy
really don't know
here.
what the fucking say. I
He
really
also
don't
got
know
me
what
this
the
new
fucking
Game
say.
Boy. Pulling it out of his pocket. You hadn't noticed earlier, but
I really
yes,
don't know
Dave
what the
now had a
fucking
sleek
say.
new Game Boy Color. Until today,
I've been
he only had
stressed to
one of the
talk
old
a lot.
ones.
I'm
A big
stressed
gray
to
brick
talk.
like yours.
And I'm
This one's a
stressed at
special edition.
everything.
Isn't it cool? You agreed. Jealously.
I don't know
You
what the
snap out of
fucking
your
say. I don't know what the
reflections. The
fucking
clock
say. I don't know what
chimes.
the fucking say. I don't know
Is
what
it
the
8?
fucking say. I don't know what
It's
the
8
fucking
now.
say.
Or is it 9? It's 8. Okay. Remember your own Mew. What? When did
What
I
you
have a
gonna
Mew?
do?
When would I have a Mew? You got your own Mew eventually.
Yeah.
Another friend had a Game Shark, which you borrowed one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game or hadn't traded in yet, including Mew. It didn't one-hit KO most enemies. It was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Dave's. Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes. But when Dave's had wiped out everyone at school, it had a completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. You asked him why. What? He said. That had been here in the den. Oh, that thing. Dave had moved by then, but how long was that after the first storm after he got Mew? You can't remember. It had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. Well, my uncle got me the special edition Mew first of all, he said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game he was playing. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew. You asked what he meant by that. Just what I said. You cheated and got a fake Mew. So of course there'd be problems, glitches, and junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me. I got the real Mew. And only me. My brother was so jealous. Dave's brother. What about him? Why does remembering that comment make you feel uneasy? You snap out of your reflections. I'm not sure what's going on here. But it looks like I'm out of things to remember and it's only 8:30. So I'm gonna talk to Dave. Ask him if he thinks this storm will be as bad as the last one. That might be important considering... Oh, geez. Considering, I'm wondering if he remembers the storm, considering memories seem to be a little kerfuffled. I don't like the sound of the wind. Do you remember the storm we had that tore down all the trees? I don't know what you're talking about. I knew it! I knew it. Things are a little kerfuffled here. You don't remember? Remember what? I actually forgot until tonight. There was a huge storm a few weeks ago, I think. If it was important, I'm sure I would have remembered it. Oh no. You don't remember. How about games? Bring up the subject of new Pokemon games through the rumors you heard on the internet, when you were supposed to be working in school. Dave meticulously debunks and confirms everything you have to say, all based on, of course, what his uncle has told you. An hour passes. You're in the den. Dave's mother bustles into the room, holding his large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How are you kids doing, she asks. Good, says Dave, his eyes not moving from the television. Hope you're having fun. Here's some popcorn. Extra butter. You're welcome. Almost immediately, Dave is shoveling popcorn into his mouth. Meanwhile, his mother smiles first at him, then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if you get thirsty, and some peanuts from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. Thank you. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be here soon. I'll be there soon myself. I want you two to keep it quiet, all right? Yes, Mom. Oh, and before I forget, your uncle called. He suddenly had some business here in town tomorrow, and he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, no. For the first time Dave stops playing his game, stops eating popcorn,